Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. That's me, Abby, about 2.5 years ago, embarking on a huge project. I had no idea what I was getting into. Welcome to my very own fixer-upper house. I've always enjoyed home design. I used to watch all of the home renovation shows, and I thought it'd be fun to do a home of my own someday. I've actually had this particular house in mind for probably the last 15 years. The house is a little ways down the road from my parents' house, the house where I grew up. It was in pretty rough shape, but I could so easily see the potential. I loved the bay window especially, and I could imagine a beautiful Christmas tree lighting up the space. I hadn't seen the inside much other than a couple of rooms, but I could tell the potential was there. When I first walked through the house, I really got an idea of how much work needed to be done. I took multiple people through the house before I decided, and I think the consensus was about 50-50. Half the people said it has good bones, and half the people said tear it down. I know that some of my YouTube viewers were in the tear it down category. In the end, tearing it down may have been simpler, but I love the character of the old house. I also can't believe that building a new house would have been cheaper. In the end, we really did basically build a new house inside this old house. I appreciated the boundaries of redoing the house versus building new. Too many options is never a good thing for me. I'm terrible at making decisions. Still, we made a lot of changes in the house, and even with the layout of the house. It's really quite funny to look back at the first tour video that I filmed, because I'm pretty sure that other than the bedrooms, not one single room is the place that I said that it was going to be in that first video, which is absolutely insane. The location and exterior surroundings were also a big draw for me with this house. It was definitely another thing where you need to see the potential because it was a big mess. It still has a long way to go, but we've done some excavation work to make it look a little bit better than it did when we started. My house comes with about 2.5 acres, a lawn in the front of the house, and a wooded area in the back with a beautiful stream. Possibly the coolest thing about this house is the insanely large and gorgeous stone wall in the woods behind the house, as the creek used to be dammed up for a mill in the 1800s, which is also really cool. I have big dreams of a wooded garden in the back and a beautiful stone patio behind the house. You will have to stay tuned for future videos to see that dream come to fruition. So anyway, looking at the before of this house seems very overwhelming, but I guess I was just excited or naive enough to not be scared away. Looking back at it now, I have no idea where I got the energy. I moved in months ago and I still just feel exhausted from it all. This is where we began. If you are a longtime viewer, let's take a trip down memory lane. If this is your first time watching, you are in for a treat. The last 2.5 years have been transformational for this house, and you won't believe the finished product. So the first step in the process was demolition. It was definitely the most disgusting thing of the whole renovation, probably the most disgusting thing of my entire life. The whole house was lath and plaster. And if you have ever worked with lath and plaster before, then you know how truly, truly terrible it is. Not only is it dusty and messy, but it is so heavy. We took down every single wall in the house. I am so thankful for all of the people who have helped me along the way. I even had a demolition party where lots of people came to help me with this messy, messy job. Now, before I go any further, I need to say the biggest thank you to my friend Jay, who helped me with this renovation from start to finish. Jay is a friend from my church, and he spent so many hours working tirelessly at this house. He is a master of all trades, and somehow he knew how to do every single little job. This house would look absolutely nothing like it does if it wasn't for Jay. I know how much all of my viewers love Jay, and he's probably very bored without all of the things going on at the house, and he will read all of these comments, so be sure to tell him what a great job that he did. So it took months and months to get all of the lath and plaster out of the house. Many hours of terrible, messy work. Meanwhile, we were also working on cleaning up things outside, and we tore down some of the sheds that were attached to the house, and that made a huge difference in the look of everything. The sheds that were attached, they were in really bad shape and their foundations were completely unusable. Having them gone opened up the back of the house so much and made it look so much different. The majority of the house's foundation was in good shape, but there were a few places that needed repair. One wall we took out completely and put up a new cement block wall, and the bay window foundation needed some work, so we redid that foundation as well. We worked hard to take all of the old stuff out of the house, so it was very exciting to put in something new. We put in all new windows and a sliding glass door that I actually got used. It was really fun to put the sliding glass door in because there wasn't a door there in that spot before, and it gave such a big, beautiful view of the forest behind the house. It definitely is a feature that I really appreciate. The first Christmas that we had with my house, we put up a little Christmas tree that we cut down from the lawn, and it was quite the Charlie Brown tree. It's so fun to see the progression of trees and how much the house has changed since that very first year. Like I said, I made so many changes and tweaks to my design since I first walked into the house. Thankfully, things moved so slowly that I had time to work everything out in my brain exactly where I wanted everything to go. By the time that we got the lumber to stud the walls, I knew the layout that I was going to end up with for the most part. We started studding the walls, which was very exciting to see where all of the rooms were going to be. This was a long process, but it was very rewarding to see everything coming into place. Probably the biggest change that I made because of comments was adding the dormer upstairs. So many people said that I needed to add a bathroom upstairs, but with the way that the roof was, it just wasn't a possibility without making like a big change. So I decided to add the dormer, and it was a bit of a project, but it made a huge difference. It allowed us to have a bathroom upstairs and more headroom and closet spaces for the bedrooms. After we got the walls studded, we worked on plumbing and electrical, which weren't my favorite jobs, but were so great to get hooked up. Another big project was redoing the addition that was put onto the house that was in bad repair. The foundation was no good, so we tore that portion of the building completely off and rebuilt it. We had to dig a hole for the crawl space and pour a concrete footer. By the way, pouring concrete, am I right? What a terrible, terrible job. And we had some issues with the concrete mixer, so we had to mix a lot of it by hand as well, which just added to the pain. But still, I'm glad that I was able to learn how to do it, because I think that pouring a little concrete here and there for certain jobs might come in handy. We used the styrofoam blocking for the frost walls and framed up that portion of the house. It was really, really nice to get that put in and closed up. and I did some roofing for that portion of the house, which was an interesting experience as well. By the way, we also got a new roof on the house, and that made a transformation. Beautiful, beautiful transformation. I love the color that I chose. I hired some Amish people to do that, but it really transformed the outside of the house. But like I said, I did get a little roofing in, and it's nice to know at least a little bit about each part of building a house. Even if I never use it again, I still think it's good to know how things are made. Christmas number 2 came around, and you can see the change in the bay window. It's fun to see the progress that way over the span of a year. Finally, we got to the point that the electricity was working, and we actually had lights in the house. That was such a game changer, especially in the winter with the cold, dark weather. We spent a lot of days working in the cold, cold house that year. It was exciting beyond words to finally put up insulation when the time came. We still didn't have heat in the house, but the insulation was a big help. We used rock wool insulation, and it really wasn't terrible to work with. So finally, after a year and a half of renovating this house, we got to the sheetrocking stage. This was probably one of my favorite stages of the renovation, just because you could see such a big change in the house. Finally, I could see all of the rooms, and I couldn't see through the walls, and everything was so much lighter and brighter because the sheetrock itself was white. What a refreshing thing to see. So after the sheetrock came weeks and weeks, maybe months and months, honestly, of taping and mudding. It wasn't a terrible job, it just took so much time, and it was very monotonous. However, it made things look nicer, and that made me happy. Once we got to the painting, it looked even better yet. The house was so bright and beautiful after so many years of being dark and dirty. Then we finally got to some of the most fun and interesting parts of the house. We built built-in storage to the slanted walls and a hidden door. We made some awesome closet organization built-ins and laundry room built-ins. I have seriously the coolest laundry room ever. We did lots of tiling, which was okay, but the results were outstanding. So gorgeous. This sort of stuff is so much fun. I love to see the things that actually make the house look beautiful after all this time of just tearing out the old. We built a gorgeous pantry. We did window frames, which turned out so gorgeous. Another friend of mine, Seth, who has history with working with cement, did micro cement on my bathroom walls, which is something I had found on Pinterest, and I thought it looked really cool. I'd never actually seen or known anyone in real life doing it personally, but I knew that it was a thing, so I took the risk. And I think it turned out so gorgeous. I absolutely love the look and texture of it, and it reminds me of like this European feel, which is just wonderful. Next, we worked on the wood floors, which were all terrible in their own ways. We refinished the floors upstairs and in the living room downstairs. So guys, if you are thinking about refinishing floors, my piece of advice, highly recommend hiring it out. It is such hard work. Seriously, but they did turn out gorgeous. I couldn't ask for anything more. We also put a new hardwood floor in the kitchen and dining room area from my dad's lumber. By the way, my dad has a sawmill, so I got all of the lumber from the house from him, and that has been a huge blessing. So thank you, Daddy. You're the bomb. If you don't know him, he has a YouTube channel as well called Working Horses with Jim. He does all of his farming and logging with big, huge draft horses. It's very interesting. If you're not familiar with that, you'll have to check it out. I will put a card up for it. So when it was finally time to put my kitchen cabinets in, oh, it was so exciting. It really started to look like a kitchen. Absolutely stunning. I also got my doors, interior and exterior. They were made for me by an Amish man nearby. He did such an amazing job. Seriously, the doors of my house are just stunning. I showed him a picture and he just created them. They're heavy duty, solid, and they just really elevate the look of the house so much. Appliances finally came in. They look so nice and they fit like a glove into their little spots. which I love. I just love the layout of the kitchen, so beautiful. And last but not least, we did a DIY vent hood cover, which was very interesting. We made that out of plywood and then covered it with Venetian plaster. The last big project we did inside was a stair makeover transformation. We ended up putting new wood on top of the old stairs so it all matched my floor, and we put in a new railing which was just top-notch gorgeous. It turned out just the way that I pictured it. And here we are, the last Christmas tree. You can see how much the house has changed, so much over the last 3 years. The goal was to move in by Christmas of 2024, and we ended up moving in just a couple days before. Our official move-in day was December 23rd. It was so wonderful to spend Christmas here at the house and relax and enjoy after such hard work. Since then, I got my beautiful new countertop. It is Taj Mahal quartzite. I ordered it through Lowe's and I'm just so happy with it. From the minute that I saw the Taj Mahal, I just knew it was exactly what I was looking for. And I also love that it is a natural stone. I just think that is the coolest. We also put up my dining room chandelier and island pendants, which are made from alabaster stone, and they are just so stunning. They match so beautifully with the Taj Mahal, and I'm madly in love with them. As for the outside work, like I said, we took down the sheds and did some other excavation work in the back forest to clear out trees and give more of a view of the creek. We also put on the new roof, which really changed the look of things. The siding is yet to be finished, but I know it will brighten up the house so dramatically. We took out the concrete porch that was originally there and decided to change it to wood. We made a wood floor and wood beams. Well, we didn't make the wood, but we put them up on the porch and they look great. I'm hoping this summer to put a railing on the porch and maybe a ceiling. I feel like that's just gonna close it all in and look stunning. So now that we've taken our trip down memory lane, let's take a look at the final-ish product. Okay, friends, so it is a beautiful day. I thought today would be a good day to show you what the house is looking like now. So I can't exactly say that it's an after tour because there are still things going on, especially outside. And the inside, even there, I mean, if you're a homeowner, you understand there's always something. There are a few places that we don't have baseboards in. There are a few other little things, but for the most part, the inside really is finished. It is just such a dream come true, honestly. I love living in this house so much beyond what I could possibly explain to you in words. But just looking, as I was setting up the camera, I was looking, to make sure everything was in the frame. And I was like, wow, this house looks so nice. Even without the new siding, and we have other work to do, but the transformation of the outside of the house is just quite stellar. And especially starting to get things cleaned up around here outside. So much more work to do, but wow, it looks really, truly nice. The new roof and just the brightness of the posts. And I know that there are mixed signals on this, but I am very excited to get some railings up and just kind of bring it all together, because the whole front, starting this year, coming soon to a video near you, is going to have beautiful gardens along the front. Cannot even wait. Just to see all of bright colors of flowers. I don't know, it just brings a house together. I always feel like houses are not complete, even if they're nice, new, beautiful builds. It's not complete without some landscaping, in my opinion, so I'm really excited to get going on all of that as well. But this is where we're at now. Looks so great. We can do a quick look around and then we'll head inside and see the transformation. So here she is. Big pile of stuff I gotta get rid of. Lots of things that I need to do, but for right now we're gonna focus on the positive. I've said in other videos, but if you're new, this barn over here is not mine. Someday I would love to own that land and also the land across the street. You can see there's a big beautiful field there. I love the big beautiful field there. Honestly, that I think is even more important to me than the other side. I would love to own it someday just so that I could keep it as a big beautiful field like it is. And I don't mind not owning it at all right now. It's just, in the future, the next owner, I'd rather not have a house right there. I love the field. It's so peaceful around here. But heading to the back of the house, things start to look a little bit worse. There's some sheds here that still need to be, well, I'm going to keep that for a little while. I'm hoping to tear this one down. It's not super functional. But the back of the house it's so much clearer than it used to be. This just was a lot of trees, really, really, really overgrown, and it's going to definitely look a lot better in the future, but for even right now, it looks so much better than it used to. Burn pile, disregard. But looking down in the forest, you can see that really we did get a lot of trees cleared, brush cleared. There's still a lot to do, but it's really so nice and so beautiful to see that stream rushing. When I say that there are years and years and years of work to do back here, I'm not exaggerating at all. So hope you guys are with me for the long haul. I'm not going to go into it too much so my regular viewers aren't bored, but if you're new here, back in this area I want to do a stone patio. Super pumped about it. Not planning on working on that this year because focusing on the siding this year, trying to stay down to like one big project a year so I don't get overwhelmed and run out of money. So I want to do a stone patio here so you can step out from the glass doors, and I'm planning on doing a, obviously I have a lot of stones laying around, which is amazing. I've got like a jackpot of stones. But I want to do a retaining wall with bigger stones kind of along there and along here, and I can show you what I have in mind, kind of like a terraced stone wall garden patio thing down to the forest. Oh my goodness, so gorgeous. So much work, but so much time to work on it, so it'll be great. So you can see all of these huge stones. Like, look at these beautiful stones, and this is just one pile of many that I have. This was from when we did the septic system. A lot of these were under the ground, and a lot of stones. I have a little stone wall over there, and a lot of things that were in the foundation of those sheds that we tore down, they're still laying around. So I've got piles, lots of different piles of like these beautiful flat stones. It's amazing, absolutely amazing. I mean, where do you find huge flat stones like this? It's seriously worth so much, and these were just in the ground here. Do I have a jackpot house or what? Love it so much, have so much potential in this whole area. And I'm so happy that I get to share it with you guys, showing the transformation just like we did inside the house. We came so far, and sorry, my camera seems to be very wobbly. We came so far in the house, and the pictures that I have in my mind, I now get to see in reality every day. And I know that over the coming years, the pictures that I have back here for the gardens and all of the landscaping will also become a reality, and I'm so excited about that. Okay, so this is where we're at with the beautiful porch that I have. Love it so much. What I want to do is kind of go through each place and show you the before and then the now. Of course, the porch especially is not the after yet, because the porch, I want to do the ceiling, hopefully this summer, the ceiling and the railings. But let's take a look at how it looked before. So if you recall, we had the cement floor, and like at first there was a fuel tank on the porch and just like a lot of stuff. The posts are all new and everything. It just looks so nice. We haven't had much warm weather yet, but it's been really nice to sit on the porch and enjoy, you know, the beautiful view. Okay, we're gonna head inside. Don't forget what it used to look like. And now, ta-da! Oh, what a sweet home, sweet home. My kittens are escaping as they love to do. I'll try to show you them better later. Okay, so this is my beautiful living room. I absolutely love it. It's so, so wonderful. So this was initially the kitchen when I got the house, and at first I was planning on having it the kitchen because that's just what I knew. But the more I thought about it, just with the way that it was so long and skinny, it made it kind of awkward for a kitchen. And there were so many doors. I mean, there are a lot less doors now. I want to say when I first got this house that there were like 7 or 8 doors in this room, like that doesn't leave any walls. So where are you supposed to put the cabinets and stuff if you have only doors? Of course, we changed it a lot. We actually moved where the basement was here. There was another little closet. So there were just genuinely so many doors. But we moved the basement so we didn't have to have a door there. And we just changed things. There were doors on every hallway and we opened it up and made it a lot more open. But long story short, the more I thought about it, I was like, I don't feel like this shape of a room best suits a kitchen. And so I moved it around and I'm so happy that I did. I love having the living room here. It just makes sense. Honestly, I had never really lived in a house where you walked into the living room. It was always the kitchen. And I really like how you walk into the living room because typically I feel like your kitchen is your dirtiest place or most likely to be messy place. And I love that when you walk into the house, that's not the first thing you see, like for guests or even for your own sanity. You don't walk into such a messy place. Not that my kitchen is usually that messy. I try to keep it clean, but I digress. So I feel like that was a really good decision. I'm happy about that. I also love having the big sliding glass doors back here. There was just a window, I think, a smaller window. And it's so great to have this beautiful, beautiful view of the back and the stream and everything. And imagine, like I said, imagine how beautiful the view is going to be, how much it's going to change over like the next 5 years, you know? So I just think it's great to have that big, big picture of it, and I want that to be the focus of the living room because it's just so beautiful. It's seriously just such a, you know, the place matters so much with a house, and this location is so wonderful. It just is such a peaceful place to be, especially you can hear the stream so much outside or if you open the windows, and it's just top notch. So anyway, let's continue this tour. This room, amazing changes. The next place I will show you is the laundry room. So as you may recall, this room used to be a very small bedroom off of the kitchen, what was the kitchen, but we decided to change that into the laundry room. And it is just the coolest laundry room ever. Now it looks like I forgot to clean and put away the laundry before this video, but you know, it's a working house and a working laundry room, and it works so well. I love these little hanging racks that just fold up close to the wall. Actually, I can put a link to them below. I got them on Amazon. So I've been trying to, I know I do a really bad job, my viewers may know this, about linking things below, and I'm trying to fix that. So I get emails all the time about like, where do you get your curtains? I love them and stuff, and I just should be proactive and link them below. But I made a Amazon store because honestly most of the stuff I get from Amazon just because it's so simple. And I made a store and I'm trying to put like everything that I have gotten, you know, and I show them in the videos and stuff in that store so you can easily see them if you wanted to get them also. And I'm going to try to keep that link in all of my videos. Starting this video should be in the description below. You can see my little storefront link and see all of the things that I've talked about in videos past. Hopefully I didn't forget anything. But these things are really great because, of course, I can't show you because there's stuff on them, but they just fold up into nothing on the walls. They're super. I also love my whole layout. So Jay made all of these built-ins. He's amazing. Seriously, I showed him pictures and he just like builds them like a magician. But I think they're really great. I love the height that the washer and dryer are. So they're the perfect like arm height to open up everything. And then I have these drawers underneath with my laundry baskets, which are just like, it's just so great. You can plop the stuff right down and then take them away. You can hide them, like my towels and stuff that need to be done, I can just hide them right away. And I have these great little bins for all of my different laundry stuff. It's top notch. Highly recommend this general layout if you're thinking about doing something like this for your laundry room. I just feel like the functionality is very high. And it looks super cute. Like, especially I love this color that we chose. It's very feminine and beautiful. But in the back is also very cool. So I have these, I saw these years ago, and I was like, wow, wouldn't it be so cool to have a laundry room that had drying drawers for your sweaters and stuff? And here I am with drying drawers. It's like just amazing. Like, I love this house so much. I'm still planning on putting mesh on them. Haven't done that yet. But they're really great because you can put your sweaters or your heavier things that you need to like lie down to dry, and you can push them right away, and because the air goes in and out, they can dry and you can leave them there and they're not going to get gross or whatever. They're just really cool. I also like the handles and I like everything. There's just a little cabinet down here, little thing. Love this sink also. It's so deep and great for whatever utility sink stuff you need. But I have a lot of clothes that I hand wash, and I've never had a laundry room with a sink in it, and game changer. It's so nice. You can just do all of your stuff in here. I love this thing too. Wow. Yeah, I feel like I'm just going around and saying about every little detail of my house and how much I love it, but you know, I honestly do. And you guys clicked to see a house transformation, and here you have it. Okay, so moving along, what we have over here is the hallway to the bathroom. So initially this was the pantry because of course it's right next to what used to be the kitchen. And with the change of making this room the living room, it didn't make a lot of sense to have the pantry right off of it. JK, I actually decided to change where the pantry was even before I changed the kitchen here, but whatever. So this is the hallway to the downstairs bathroom. So I have this great closet. It is one of the few places in the house that is not organized at all. So it looks like a disaster zone, but it will be organized one day, and it's just such a great space. But the downstairs bathroom is gorgeous. So here she is. What a beautiful bathroom. Let's talk about this tile for a second. Isn't it so pretty? Yeah, it is kind of hard to keep clean, guys. The grout lines, you were right about them, but still so pretty. So I got this beautiful bowl, sink bowl from Etsy, and it was actually made, handmade by someone in Greece. Gorgeous. Actually, I'll try to put the link for that if it still is a thing down below. But I decided to add this little shelf in the bathroom, and I love it. So the wall actually like jets out at the bottom because I don't know if you noticed it on the other side in the laundry room, but just with the way that the washer and dryer, blah, 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 long thing, it made sense to do it like this. I absolutely love the way that it turned out to have this like interest instead of just being a flat up and down wall. Sometimes I forget about it because I'm used to it now, but it's so pretty. I love it. And you know, you can have different things up here. So nice to have your candles burning when you're taking a bath. It's dreamy. So, you know, I don't know if everything is perfectly styled the way it will be, you know, forever, but I think it's so cute. This is my wonderful soaker tub that I enjoy so much. Like seriously, so much. It's so big and spacious and relaxing. I just, top notch. So I actually got this used. It was like $50 Canadian, so like $30 with the toilet. I didn't use the toilet, but it was super cheap, and so I really like it. And the tile around it, I feel like it brings all the colors together. This tile, that tile. Love the tile. Love looking at the tile. Didn't love quite as much doing the tile, but it was okay. Not the worst job ever. But yes, this is my downstairs bathroom. Looks so nice. Wow, love it. It just can't be stressed enough how much I love every little part of this house, including this little cleaning closet. And hey, look guys, I actually finally hung up my little vacuum charger and my broom, so that's fun. We're heading into the big exciting place, the kitchen, which is obviously one of my favorite rooms in the house. So gorgeous. So initially when I bought the house, the kitchen area was a bedroom that was downstairs. So that room had actually been remodeled more recently than a lot of the other rooms in the house. I really liked the idea of changing around the layout of it because it just seemed to make sense to have the kitchen and the dining room where I ended up putting it. It gave more options for where the cabinets can actually go and stuff than it's a wider room than the room we were just in. So let's take a look. Ta-da! Man, look at that kitchen. So pretty. My beautiful kitchen is such a dream to cook in, to be in, to look at, to clean. Yeah, I just absolutely love my kitchen. By the way, friends, my longtime viewers may notice a few changes in here. I've been working on the shelves and putting in different pops of this kind of pinkish orangish color and also greens. So I did, so I have like some more of the orangey things, and I did end up getting some mugs that I like, and they're actually green, but they're such a pretty shape and shade of green. I really, really like them. I will link them below. I actually just got them from Amazon, and they were really, really a great price, I thought. I got a set of 6, and I think I might actually get another set just so there's more sitting on there, because we actually use a surprising amount of mugs. I mean, I usually run the dishwasher every night, but somehow we use a lot of mugs in a day, especially if we're home. I live here with my sister currently, and if you're home and you have, you know, coffee in the morning, coffee in the afternoon, maybe tea after or whatever, after dinner, and it's just, you use a lot of mugs. So let's have a lot of guests over, and moral of the story is I like having them sitting there. I don't like the shelves being empty. So I'm going off on a tangent again. I just think that the colors look great. I also got this knife set, which is very exciting because I needed that. My knife situation was not the best. Also hung up this beautiful plant, and I love it. The change, like, from hanging up these 2 plants has been just mind-blowing for me. I just think that it has made me fall even more in love with the kitchen. I also have a picture that I'm gonna put up. I haven't gotten a frame yet. I wanted to have that done before this video, but it didn't work out. Oh my goodness, my friend gave me this beautiful pan, and it's so beautiful. She didn't even know that I was totally doing this color, and it just is so pretty. And she just said that it screamed Abby, which makes sense because I love this color. That's why I'm doing it. But so pretty. How sweet. I also got this little thing from Big Lots when it was all going out of business. It's very interesting, but also very cute. And these flowers are dried, and they can just stay up there forever. And the colors, perfect. Love it so much. So anyway, I'll stop with the decorating stuff and go back to, I love this whole everything. This quartzite is so stunning. And also these lights, alabaster, they are linked below. There's just something about having these natural components to the house. I love wood, obviously, and natural stone. Love it so much. And the plants. Wood, stone, plants, perfection in my mind. A wise YouTuber once said that nature never goes out of style. And he always says, totally quoting him, and I don't even remember his name, but I will find it. His name is Nick. First name, don't know what his channel is. I'll put it in the link below. He talks about design and stuff. But he always says, and it's so true, that you never walk through a forest and look around and say, wow, this looks so outdated. Because nature never goes out of style. And that is why I want to have like as many natural components to my house, because things like this, they're gonna last like forever, and you have to really like it or else you're stuck with it for a long time, because it's also really expensive, like countertops and stuff like that. So just with my whole house, I just wanted to have a really simple, classic look so that, you know, 5-10 years down the road, it doesn't look like, oh, that house was so 2025 or whatever, you know. That is my goal, is for it to not be like that. But really, in the end, as long as I like it, that's all that really matters. And I love, like, genuinely deeply love everything in this house. Like, all of the decisions I'm so happy with. And I'm so thankful that I had all of the time to really, really think things through before I, you know, jumped into any decisions that I don't really, truly, truly love. So anyway, this video is going to be a million years if I keep talking like this. Let's look in the pantry. Also, I'm crazy about having the fridge here and in its little cubby hole. I'm very, very happy with the way that that all turned out. And I love this fridge. It's a small fridge compared to like normal French door fridges. This is more the same exact size as your typical like, you know, freezer on the top fridge. But it just has such a really pretty look to it, I think. Love it. But anyway, this pantry used to be the downstairs bathroom. But together, we transformed it into the most functional and beautiful pantry. So it's kind of hard to film in this small space, but I wanted to show you how everything looks. It's kind of a mess. Also a mess. Wow, I didn't do a good job. But on the other side, this little appliance cubby section is like the coolest thing ever. I personally don't love having appliances on my countertops, so I love that they're just really easy access and I can take them and put them, you know, out there or here wherever I'm working. For the most part, I definitely do my cooking in the kitchen, but occasionally if there's just something that I throw in the Instant Pot or something, I might put it in here. It's so great. I love it, and I love how there's outlets everywhere. Everything is just so functional. It's amazing. So we had moved the stairs, the basement stairs, over here instead of where they were. This used to just be like a little closet. And of course, the dining room is where the living room used to be. I love, love, love the bay window. I've always loved the bay window, even just from the outside. And it's such a cozy place to, you know, sit and drink your coffee or whatever, and you can still kind of be a part of what's going on in the kitchen. And it actually gets used quite a lot just to, you know, sit and talk or whatever, drink your coffee. It's great. Play chess. So much fun. It's such a great space to like have a hang out with your friends, like have bigger groups, because, you know, people sit, we've had so many people, you know, sitting all around on the radiators, and just, you can have great little parties. It's so much fun. Hospitality is very big in my book and in my mind, so I love having a great place to host and have people over for dinner or have parties. And honestly, that was something that I thought about a lot when I was planning out the way that everything was going to be, because I really wanted it to be good for something like that. One more look for you guys of the kitchen from this angle. Am I obsessed? Yes, absolutely. Still haven't gotten stools. These are borrowed, and obviously they don't look great. It's on my to-do list. Okay, continuing around the circle. Look at the stairs, how beautiful they look, all made over. Oh, love it. The coat closet is one of those places that has not yet been organized very well. Still, it's amazing. Wow, I don't think that I showed you guys anything about the coat closet like yet in this video, but all of these built-in shelves and everything for all of our purses and coats, so many coats. I think we have a lot of clothes. And all of this space, like I said, not organized. I'm gonna have a mirror up here eventually, but it's only been 4 months. I can only do so much. JK, I've been really lazy. Okay, we're gonna head up these beautiful stairs and show you what it's looking like up here. Okay, we will start in my bedroom, but first, don't forget what it used to look like. And now, voila! What a gorgeous bedroom. I know, I sound like a broken record, but it is so gorgeous, especially what we just looked at to what it is now. How is this literally the same place? That's a lot of work to get from that to this. How did we survive? I don't know. Thank goodness for Jay, that's for sure. So this is my beautiful bedroom. yeah, lovely. We have so many built-in drawers and stuff to the wall, all of these little shelves. I love my bed. And we redid some furniture. I look at this all the time and I'm like, wow, that is the cutest little thing. I love the big 3 windows. And this is the other side, my little makeup table. All of these built-in things are just the best. Like, so much room down here and just amazing. And my closet. Does it get better than that, closet-wise? Seriously. Sorry to all the ladies who are having closet envy right now. I love it so much. Seriously, so much. It is like the perfect layout for a closet. So we'll head over into my sister Trudy's bedroom. You recall what it looked like before. And now, ta-da! So beautiful as well. So poor Trudy, she still doesn't have drawer fronts on her drawers up here. That's like my bad because I haven't gotten the wood in the kiln. Well, I don't think the kiln has been on, so it's only kind of my fault. But one of these days, we're gonna get some wood that are gonna be like the drawer fronts. I think it's a really easy thing. I just need to get the wood, and Jay is going to make those. But look at this amazing thing. I don't know if you guys have actually seen the drawer fronts, the drawers in, but it looks so nice, doesn't it? What a beautiful place. My sister is a teacher and she's big on reading and learning, so she likes to read there and stuff. And this beautiful desk with the drawer and everything. And to look out at that view and stuff, dreamy. So here I am standing in front of a perfectly normal wall, you probably think, but surprise, surprise, it's actually a door, 2 doors, although there's this thing in front. And on the other side is a door also to a little storage space that I have that is currently in desperate need of some organizing. It's not actually that full, it just really needs to be organized. So I won't show you it in great detail, but it kind of goes back there a little ways. It's a decent amount of space because we don't have an attic here, so that's like the only storage space, and it's great. So I'm very happy to have that, but like I said, it is in need of a little bit of love. So you can imagine it, or you can go back in the videos and do a little search to find, you know, a place where you can see it better. But yeah, this is Trudy's bedroom. It's beautiful. It's funny to see kind of the different style between, this bedroom looks so Trudy and that bedroom looks so Abby. It's funny how different styles come out in people's, you know, styling. But both are equally beautiful. So the last thing I want to show you is the upstairs bathroom. Okay, so this is my upstairs bathroom where we did the micro cement. It is totally one of my very favorite places in the house. It is such a like spa retreat basically, and it's just so much fun. Like, I love it so much. I'm not even kidding. Like, the shower is like a spa retreat every day. It is easily one of my favorite things in the house. So here it is. Something about the texture, it's kind of hard to show it, you know, in the videos, but the texture of the walls are just, it has this European feel, and I really love that about it. The shower itself is so, so wonderful, 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 wonderful. And I love this little nook where you can have all of your shower stuff in a way that you don't see anything at all, you know, from looking in. And seriously, guys, I mean, look at that view. It is beyond wonderful. It's just the best, the bee's knees, thebomb.com. So I've been here for about 4 months, and I would say so far that I definitely do recommend the micro cement. It's seems to be really easy to clean. It doesn't get slippery because it has the texture. I just love it because it's different. You know, it's not the same. This bathroom is totally different than any other bathroom I've seen anywhere, especially in the US. And I just love having that little bit of something different. I love the color. I think the color is called Sand or something like that. I wasn't sure about the color at first. I didn't know if it looked too gray, but I think it doesn't look gray. I think it looks like it's supposed to be, which is like a off-white kind of thing. And it especially goes so well with the gold. I love, love, love that. A big thank you to my viewers who told me and told me and told me and told me and told me that I needed to put a bathroom upstairs. You guys were right. I'm very, very glad that I did that, and also very glad that I put in this dormer so that it can be full height, because the way that the roof was before, you definitely could not have had a bathroom up here comfortably at all. But to have the bathroom, and not only the bathroom, but also the shower, it's great. So yeah, that's all of it. That's the house as it is now. Very nearly finished on the inside, still has some work on the outside, but it is such a wonderful, wonderful place to live. Every day I look around and I'm like, wow, I get to live here, and it is so beautiful. I also can't forget to mention the detailing on this floor tile. It is stunning. One more really cool feature I forgot to mention is this transom window over the bathroom up here. That was originally in the bay window downstairs, and Jay cut it and made it fit for this transom window. I love that it's another little piece of the old house that we were able to save and enjoy in a different way. Well, I hope that you enjoyed this video and seeing a quick snapshot of all that has happened here at the house. If this is the first of my videos that you are watching, I highly recommend checking out my Fixer Upper Journey playlist that has all of my videos from day one, if you really want to see what is involved in a total home renovation. This was definitely a brief overview because, as it turns out, there is a lot involved in a whole home renovation, especially one of this magnitude. I had no idea of all of the little details involved, but in the end, I was very thankful that my renovation journey took so long so I could think through each of the little steps along the way and not be rushed to make decisions. There were so many things I wouldn't have even thought of from the start of this renovation. It has been a journey. I'm so glad that I did it, also so glad that it's done. Many people have asked me if I would do another one, and without hesitation, my answer is absolutely not. Never say never, but I don't think I'll be a house flipper anytime soon. I'd rather focus on the house that I have and work on making the outside become just as beautiful as the inside. I have lots of dreams and goals for the exterior of the house, and now I would just like to focus on that. However, I have learned so much about each step along the way, and I've learned so many new skills. Jay has taught me so much, and I'm very, very thankful to him for that and all that he has done at the house. I feel so much more comfortable doing jobs that I would have never even thought about doing before this. So I am beyond thrilled that I could show you, finally show you, the before and after of this fixer-upper house. I know there's a lot more to do on the outside, but the inside just feels like home. And every day I'm so thankful when I look around that I get to enjoy living in this beautiful house. I'm so thankful for each and every one of you who has watched my channel along the way, and I hope that you will continue to do so as we transform the exterior of the house. Without my viewers, my house would look so much different than it does today, that is for sure. I appreciate your input and your encouragement. So, I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you will tap the subscribe button if you are new and check out my Fixer Upper Journey playlist to see a more detailed version of what you just saw. There are lots and lots of hours of binge watching there. I hope you will tune in next time to see what's happening here at the house. And last, but certainly not least, I hope that you have a fantastic day. I will see you next time on A Drill and a Dream.